Hi, amazing viewers. Welcome to Christianity over Islam channel with Sam Shamoun. And on today's episode of this amazing video, Sam is in a heated debate with a Muslim who struggled to defend his prophet. Let's watch this video as we get more fascinating details.
Oh, now you're sounding
The
like
quality is good now.
beautiful, gorgeous. Now it's beautiful, man.
Okay. So
Keep
now
talking.
you can talk.
Yeah, my friend, how are you doing? First of all, you sound like you're a respectable person. You're not going to blaspheme. You're not going to insult, so we can have a good conversation.
Yes, sure.
Good man, good man. Represent your religion with respect. Good. All right, so you're telling me you believe in Muhammad and you believe Allah is God. That's what you told me in the comment. Yes, what I believe. Well, I don't believe
Yes,
that.
yes. Yes,
So-
I told that.
Okay, my question is, one of the proofs that the Quran gives that Muhammad is a prophet, we need to follow him. It says he's mentioned in my Torah and the Gospel. Can you show me where?
Well, I do not make this claim.
No, the
although
Quran
I have
does.
heard from scholars that he's mentioned.
Yeah, the
But,
Quran
by
does.
the
Forget.
problem- although I do not make this claim.
Okay, my
so,
friend. Be patient.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's listen to each other so we can. I didn't
Okay,
say you made the claim or your scholars. I said the Quran does. Open your Quran, chapter 7 of the Quran, verse 157. So,
Yes, yes.
like you don't care for the opinion of men. You want to know what your book says and the son of your prophet. So I'm going with the Quran, not what some scholars said, because scholars can be wrong. So I said your Quran says that your prophet is mentioned in my Torah and the Gospel to convince me, a Christian, to follow him. So if you go to chapter 7 of the Quran and read for me 157, what does it say there?
Just a minute.
So, guys, invite more people, please. All right, I'm trying to get the camera done.
Yes. Shall I read that verse?
Yeah, please, can you help me to read? I want you to read the Quran so you can see in your Quran what it
Okay.
says.
Okay, shall I read it in English?
Please,
Translation?
because most people don't read Arabic, and then I'll tell you to confirm in the Arabic when we need to.
Those who follow the messenger,
Hmm.
the Ummi, unlettered prophet whom they find written with them in the Torah and the Injil,
Yep.
and who bids them what is fair and forbids what is unfair,
Hmm.
and makes lawful for them good things and makes unlawful for them impure things, and relieves them of their burden and of the shackles that were upon them. So those who believe in him and support him and help him and follow the light sent down with him, those are the ones who are successful.
Okay, so it says the Torah and the Gospel that's with them, and then it has Jesus saying, Isa saying to Bani Israel, a messenger come whose name is Ahmed. If you go to chapter 61, Surah Al-Saf, 61 verse 6, can you read that for me too, friend?
Okay. Chapter 61, verse 6.
Mhm.
Just a minute.
And read that for us.
Just a minute. Okay. And when Jesus, the son of Mary, said, O children of Israel, indeed I am the messenger of Allah to you, confirming what came before me of the Torah and bringing good tidings of a messenger to come after me, whose name is Ahmed. But when he came to them with clear evidences, they said, this is obvious magic.
Okay, so according to the Quran, the proof for me, a Christian, and proof to Jews that Muhammad is a prophet, a messenger, he is mentioned in the Torah and the Gospel that was with the Jews and Christians at the time of Muhammad, and that Jesus even mentioned by name Ahmed. Can you show me in my Torah and the Gospel where Muhammad is mentioned so I can believe in Islam?
I do not know exactly the verses of that thing,
Okay.
but I have heard that Muslim scholars saying that he was mentioned by the name Comforter somewhere in the Bible.
Okay, I mean, I can show you that, but that's not going to help your case. Since you don't know, maybe next time do some homework Call me back. We'll talk about it. So we'll put that aside. So here's your assignment. When you have time, you can reach me and say, look, I went and I searched. Here he is in the Bible. Let's talk about it. So that's your assignment. But now, Muslims tell me that the heart of Islam is Tawheed. So let's talk a little bit about Tawheed. Can we do that?
Yes, sure.
And you're okay with Tawheed in the Quran? We talk about Tawheed in the Quran?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Now, Muslims tell me that the spirit, the Ruh al-Qudus, the Holy Spirit, Ruh al-Amin, the faithful spirit, is Gabriel, Jibreel, right? The Holy
Yes,
Spirit.
some do agree, but many Muslim scholars differ on this.
So what do you believe? Who's the Holy Spirit?
There are different versions of Muslim scholars. Some do believe that it is directly Gabriel, but other Muslims have different calls.
Okay.
They do believe that it is someone different from Gabriel.
Okay. What do you believe, and can you prove it from the Quran? I want to know your belief, because the Muslim scholars are everywhere. What's your belief and what's your proof?
Actually, I am just an ordinary person, so I just want to make one thing clear that whatever I will say you, I will not be able to prove it or give you any references, because when we listen to our imams, we do not ask them from references like, please give me this reference from where are you saying, please give me this reference from where you are saying. We just listen to them and believe them. So as a layman, I will not be able to give you the references which you will ask me to. So that I am making clear in the beginning only.
Good that you admit that you guys simply follow what the ulama or the shuyukh, the mashayikh say, your leaders, and you don't question them, because that's how they control you. But you should not be controlled by any man. You should only have God control you, because God is truth. God loves you, and he will always guide you right. Man can mislead you. But I'm glad you made that statement. Everyone heard it. We don't question. We just listen. And I'm not a sheikh, not a scholar. I'm not an alim. But we listen to them. We don't question. So I'm glad you made that admission. But I'm going to ask you questions to ask your sheikh. And if your sheikh wants to call me, he can. Okay? I want to ask you questions from the Quran, because I want to stick with the Quran.
Okay.
You believe in it. Okay. One question I have for you. One question I have for you. Okay.
Yes.
Why is the mother of Jesus in the Quran, Maryam, the only woman mentioned by name? So let me ask my question before you answer. She's the only woman mentioned by name in the entire Quran. Why is she the greatest woman Allah created? And why is she pure like Jesus when no other woman is mentioned? Abraham's wife's name is not mentioned. Your prophet's mother is not mentioned. In fact, in the hadith, it says Amina is in hell. And I'll show you that from Sahih Muslim. And when Muhammad prayed for her, Allah said, don't pray for her, because I won't listen. And he started crying. This is from Sahih Muslim. We'll get there. And why is it that Mary gave birth to Jesus as a virgin? And if you tell me Adam, that's not going to work. So let me tell you why. Saying like Adam, it's a miracle. Adam was the first man created. He was created from teen, dust. So he could not have a mother and father. He's the first man. But when Jesus was born of the virgin, there were already hundreds of thousands of people alive who are having children through sex. So why cause Jesus to be born of a virgin when it wasn't necessary? Whereas when Adam was created, there was no choice but to create him in a miraculous fashion, because there were no human beings. He was the first. So can you answer that for me? And do you want me to give you the ayah to prove it?
Yeah, I believe what you say, and I will try best possible manner to answer.
Please.
Whether it is convincing or not, that's dependable. Okay. The Adam was the first man created out of dust, and there was no other option, and he should have been created, and he was the first human being. Agree. Okay. And regarding Maryam, who is the only woman mentioned in the Quran, and no other woman is mentioned in the Quran.
And the greatest woman.
Yeah, and the greatest woman. Yeah. So yeah, Maryam was she was the greatest woman, and as a Muslim, we also believe she will be the greatest woman, and she will be the queen of everyone.
Why?
Just because she was the most God-fearing and of that time, and she dedicated her entire life to God.
Yeah, my friend, though, listen to what you said. Listen. But Ibrahim's wife, she wasn't God-fearing? Moses' mother wasn't God-fearing? You mean none of these women?
No, they all were, but
so why Mary?
God chooses the one whom He mentions the most high. Of course, they all were also God-fearing, like you say, Abraham's wife, Moses' mother, and there may be other prophets, their mother, their wife, Lot's daughters. They all were God-fearing.
But why Mary then?
Yeah, Maryam was the most high, and she will be the most high even in the life of hereafter.
Exactly.
Even she will be greater than Aisha or Fatima.
Yeah.
She will be the most high. And
my brother in humanity, we know this. You're telling me what I already told you, but you didn't give me the answer why. I know all this, and you're agreeing. Praise God. Okay, don't repeat what I said. So you agree. Why? Why her? You didn't answer the question.
See, the exact reason, the one of the things that God knows, and other than what we can conclude. Okay. One of the conclusion can be that she is the mother of the Isa, and
yeah, but Isa to you, Isa is a prophet, messenger like Muhammad and Ibrahim. So they're all great. So why then Jesus' mother, of all the mothers of all the prophets, is the greatest woman here in dunya and akhir, in the afterlife, and she's absolutely sinless, something that Allah did not do for any other woman, anyone else's mother. And on top of that, why is it, according to Sahih Muslim, your prophet, because this is what I've been told by the ulama, the scholars, Muhammad, one of his names is Al-Insan Al-Kamil, the perfect man. Al-Insan Al-Kamil means the perfect man, and he's also Sayyid Al-Mursaleen, the leader, the master of the sent ones. And yet Sahih Muslim, and I can give you it so you can see it, says that Muhammad's mother Amina is in hell and his father Abdullah is in hell. Why is Muhammad's parents in hell? Why didn't Allah make them believers like He made the mother of Jesus a believer?
Okay, the best answer to this will be that during the time of Maryam, even her father was a prophet, and they taught Islam.
What does the Quran say her father was a prophet?
Imran, her father Imran was a prophet.
Where does it say it? And what does the Quran say that?
Her family, all the Zakaria, Yahya, she has the family of prophets, Maryam.
Okay, good.
But unlike Muhammad, who was not from the family of the prophets, and nobody taught Islam to the parents of Muhammad. And
yeah, my brother in humanity, brother, you didn't answer.
By the time Muhammad, wait, just let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
By the time Muhammad reached the age of prophethood, his parents were already dead. So how could you taught Islam to them? And if they didn't recite the Shahada,
even if brother in humanity, you didn't hear me. Brother in humanity, you didn't hear my question. You didn't hear what I said. I said, why then did Allah make Muhammad, your prophet, be born from kuffar, unbelievers? Why didn't He do for your prophet what He did for Jesus by having Jesus be born in a family of prophets? I know what you're saying, but you didn't hear my question. Who chose Muhammad to be born to disbelievers, mushrikun? Allah. Why? Why didn't He do for Muhammad what He did for Jesus? Cause Jesus to be born from the greatest blessed woman whose family are prophets. Right? Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, someone's disturbing me. That's why. Hold on. Someone else is calling. Hold on. So my point is why He honors Jesus by placing Jesus in a holy family of prophets and made His mother the holiest of all women. But your prophet, He had him be born to disbelieving parents. And on top of that, who chose Muhammad's mother and father to die before Islam? Allah did. Why didn't Allah allow Amina and his father live for Muhammad to be a prophet, so that when Muhammad becomes a prophet, they would believe and they would be saved from hellfire? He's the one who caused them to die in unbelief. Why? Why is He dishonoring your prophet this way?
Okay. Now shall I answer?
Don't give me a speech. Please answer, because you're preaching to me already stuff I know without answering. Please answer.
Okay. There was around 600 years gap between the prophethood of Isa and prophethood of Muhammad. And by that time, almost all of them from Tawheed they started disbelieving and became mushrikun. And regarding the why Allah made Muhammad parents die before he reaches the age of prophethood, because everyone life and death is predestined and written when he will born and when he will die. So that was written before.
Yeah, you didn't answer the question
Muhammad,
again, my brother in humanity.
Prophethood.
You didn't answer the question again. Notice what you said. You said it's predestined. So who predestined that Muhammad's parents would die as unbelievers and go to hell? Allah, right?
Yes.
Why? That was my question. Why? Why didn't he predestine? They live up until Muhammad becomes a prophet. They hear the message of Islam, so he can show mercy to his prophet and save his parents. So why did he choose for them to die in kufr, as kuffar, in kufr, so that he can damn them to hell, so that when Muhammad comes to the grave of his mother and says, forgive her, he says, no, I won't forgive her, breaking his heart. Why? You didn't answer the question. And then secondly, you said during the time of your prophet, they had corrupted Tawheed. But hold on, Waraqah bin Nawfal and Zayd ibn Amr and others had found the true path, and they were not of the mushrikun. And this was before Islam. Khadija bint Khuwaylid took Muhammad to Waraqah bin Nawfal because the hadith say Waraqah had found the path of Tawheed, and he used to read the gospel in Hebrew and Arabic and translate it and write it in Hebrew and Arabic. So if Allah did that for Waraqah bin Nawfal before Muhammad became a prophet, why didn't he do that for Amina and Abdullah?
Yes. The question is perfect. It means even if the prophets are not there and some religion has not been preached by God, one can directly for himself get a Tawheed and answer by that, like Abraham did. Before Abraham, there were no religions, but he himself,
Abraham was what? Little, we can't hear you. Abraham what?
Abraham, before Abraham, there were all idol worshippers, but he himself found out that nobody.
Yeah, that's in your Quran.
The right to worship.
Brother in humanity, that's in your Quran. That's not in the Bible. The Bible does not tell us Abraham's father was an idolater. That's your Quran. So if I go to the Bible, that's wrong. In Genesis 11, 22 to 32, I'm not told that Abraham's father, Terah, was an idol maker or an idolater. This is why I kept with Muhammad's example, because in Muhammad's example, according to your sources, he's not mentioned in the Bible, his history, his parents were unbelievers. But you can't show me from Genesis, Abraham's father was an idol maker and an idolater, and Abraham argued with him about the idols. And then Abraham's father died as an idolater and he's going to burn in hell. This is all Jewish fables that came after the time of Christ that your prophet included as part of the Quran. So let's stick with the point that Muhammad's parents died as unbelievers, and you said Allah predestined it. So Allah predestined that Jesus' mother would be the greatest woman, the holiest woman, the most blessed woman, the mother of Jesus, but Muhammad's parents, Allah chose that they will be pagans who will burn in hell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but they could have made the difference themselves, but unfortunately they did not search for the God and did not become Muslim by
Very
themselves.
unfortunate.
It was on their part basically a fault from them, and unfortunately Muhammad did not live up to that age to teach them.
Okay, anyway, I'm going to have to block this guy. Ali Ecclesiastics, call me again and I'm going to block you. Call me again, I'll block you. Do it again, make my day. The guy can't wait. Sorry about that. Some guy keeps calling me. All right, so what was your answer? I'm sorry, because I couldn't hear because of this guy.
Okay, what I said that, yes, Muhammad parents, they could have found themselves like what is mentioned in the Quran of Abraham, but unfortunately they did not. And Muhammad did not live, their parents did not live up to the age of Muhammad prophethood so that he can preach them.
Okay. What about Waraqah? Was he not a believer before Muhammad?
Yes, those whoever believe just in one God, even before Muhammad, they all are saved.
Okay, so no, that's not my question. Muhammad, that wasn't my question. What I'm saying, Waraqah bin Nawfal, he knew the truth and followed the path of Allah's favor before Muhammad became prophet, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why? No issue. So why didn't that happen for Amin and Abdullah, Muhammad's parents? Why didn't Allah guide them to know the true path at that time, like Waraqah did before Muhammad's prophethood?
Yeah, basically it is what we know, that Allah guides only who wills, who makes an effort to recognize Him. He does not guide everyone. Only those who make an effort to recognize Him. Only
so
Allah
wait,
them.
brother in humanity, you're telling me Allah only guides those who make an effort. So that means Amina, yes, Muhammad's mother, and Abdullah, his father, didn't make an effort. So he allowed them to die in kufr, but he did give them Muhammad. So why did Allah give Amina Muhammad when she didn't make an effort to find Allah? So Allah allowed her to die as a kafira. So why give her Muhammad then? Why not give Muhammad to a woman who was worthy to be the mother of Muhammad?
See, that's the wisdom of Allah, to whom to give, to whom. Like, okay, even as per Quran, what we believe, Abraham was also given to a father whose father was idolater.
Okay.
Sure. So Moses was also given to the prime minister of the king of Egypt, Pharaoh.
Yeah, that was his son. But wait, hold on. So Pharaoh's wife was said, but my brother humanity, Pharaoh's wife was a believer. In fact, according to the hadith, her name is Asiya, and she was a believer, unlike Pharaoh, and she'll be in Jannah, and she'll be one of the wives of Muhammad.
Yes.
So that example doesn't work, right?
No. So that's what I am saying, that whosoever takes an effort to recognize Allah, Allah guides them. The Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh, you just said, she will be a believing woman because she believed in Moses' message that Moses is preaching one God. So she believed in him, and Pharaoh killed him only because of that. That's why he believed in Allah and in him.
Wow. So wait, Asiya, Allah allowed her to live long enough to see Moses become a prophet, even though when she took Moses, he was a young baby and she was a kafira. Yes. But Allah did not allow her to die until Moses grew up and preached Tawheed to her so she can believe and he could then forgive her. But he didn't do that for Muhammad's mother. He allowed Muhammad's mother to die, a kafira. But he did that for Asiya. Okay. All right, then. Let's talk about Isa.
Yes.
Okay. When you say yes, I don't think you understand the yes. So let me repeat so everyone gets it.
No, I understand.
Okay, well, let me just repeat it one more time because I want to ask you questions about Jesus. So Allah predestined Amina, Muhammad's mother, to die a kafira. Muhammad was 6. She died an unbeliever. But with Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh, she picked Moses from the river when he was still a baby. And Allah preserved her life until years later when Moses is fully grown and an old man. So she's still alive. So that Moses could preach her Tawheed, and she believes in Tawheed, and Allah then forgive her. But he didn't do that for Muhammad's mother. Okay. And you're okay with this. All right, fine. Let's put that aside. Yes. You made your point. Let's talk about Isa. In the Quran and Islamic tradition, Isa is called Kalimat Allah, Word of Allah, and Ruh Allah, the Spirit of Allah. That's taken from the Quran, and you'll find in the Hadith where your Prophet calls him Ruh Allah, Spirit of Allah, and Kalimat Allah, Word of Allah. Can you show me in the Quran someone else, anyone else, even Adam, called the Word of Allah or the Spirit of Allah?
Spirit of Allah is, I do not know, apart from Isa anyone is told. But Kalimatullah, even the Prophet Moses is.
No, he's not called Kalimat Allah.
To God directly.
Yeah. It said Kalim Allah, that Allah spoke to him. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, where in the Quran is someone called Kalimat Allah, the word of Allah, not the one who heard from Allah. Kalim Allah, that Moses heard Allah. Allah spoke to him. But Allah also spoke to Isa. That's not unique. What I'm asking you is, where does the Quran call anyone, and where does your Prophet call anyone besides Jesus, the word of Allah and the Spirit of Allah?
The word of Allah is basically...
Little louder.
As far as I believe, the message which is given to any prophet, be it Moses, be it Isa, be it Abraham, or be it Muhammad, whatever the message is given to any prophet, that is called the word of Allah.
Yes, I'm not talking about the message. See, you didn't answer the question. Not message, my brother in humanity. Jesus is called the word of Allah. It's not he preached the word of Allah. So I'm asking you, for example, Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 171, it says Jesus is kalimatuhu, his word, not that he preached the word, he is the word of Allah. Can you show me where the Quran says Adam is the word of Allah? Not that he preached the word of Allah. Moses is the word of Allah, not that he preached the word of Allah. I know they all preach the word of Allah, but they're not called the word of Allah. Only Jesus in the Quran and in the Hadith is called word of Allah, spirit of Allah. Why?
As far as what you demand explanation, I will not be able to. As far
Okay.
as I know what I told you, and I only
Okay, that's fine.
know that much, that whosoever preach the word of Allah can be called word of Allah. I know only up to this much.
That's
Before
not what the
that,
Quran
I
says.
cannot answer you.
The Quran does not say if you preach the word of Allah, you're called the word of Allah. Whoever told you that, they're lying to you, so ignore it. But okay, I'm not going to put pressure on you. So now you have two things to do. Go back, find the answer to the question, let me know, say, okay, Sam, I think I have the answers. Let's try again. And as long as you're respectful, we're going to have this kind of conversation, because I'm not here to try to embarrass you. That's not my intention. So if you don't know the answer, that's fine. Let me ask you a third question, and you let me know when you have to go. In the Quran, in chapter 3, Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 49, and Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 110. Surah Al-Ma'idah, the ayah is 110. Write these down. You can even turn to it and look at it if you want. Surah Al-Imran,
verse 49. Huh?
okay, if you go to Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, ayah 49, and then Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, ayah 110, it says that Allah permitted, bi-idni Allah, with the permission of Allah, he allowed Jesus to create from clay, teen, a bird, breathe into the bird, and the bird came to life, became a living bird by the breath of Allah, and Allah allowed Jesus to do this, to create. And the word in Arabic, khalaqa, that verb, don't take my word for it, it's only used for Allah and Isa. No one else is said to create, khalaqa. And no one else is said to breathe life except Allah and Isa. Just like Allah created Adam from teen, he created him from clay, breathed into Adam his spirit, Adam became a living being. Jesus creates exactly like Allah. I want to ask you a question, because in Islam, shirk is sin. You can't take a creature and give to him the qualities of Allah and associate him with Allah. Why did Allah give to Jesus his quality to create and give life in the exact same way that Allah does?
Okay.
Why?
Shall I respond now?
Please, I want to know the answer.
Okay. Okay. First of all, let me make you one thing clear, that it was not only the Jesus who gave life.
Yes, it's only Jesus.
Also, it was in Quran, it may not be mentioned, but in Hadith we do hear that even Abraham
No, it's in the Quran what you're referring to.
Cut into 4 pieces.
Okay, yeah, that's in the Quran.
4 directions.
Okay, my brother in humanity, I know what you're referring to. Surah Al-Baqarah, I know the ayah, you don't know how to read. It didn't say that Ibrahim created from clay and breathed into the birds. So you didn't hear me. Yes, Allah told Ibrahim, Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 258. When Ibrahim asked Allah, show me how you raise the dead. And Allah said, why? Do you doubt? He goes, I believe, but to strengthen my faith, my iman, because it's weak. He goes, okay, take 4 birds, cut them in pieces and call them together, and they will come to life. That's not the same thing as Allah taking from clay, creating from clay, breathing life into that clay. That's what Jesus did. So no, Ibrahim did not create like Allah, only Isa did. So don't give me a bad example. So can you answer my question?
Okay, apart from Abraham, the other prophets, even for like Moses, they used to raise dead and show it to the people, see what happens in the grave. And Gabriel used to...
Can you show where Moses raised the dead from the grave and create from clay and breathe life into it? Give me the ayah, please.
Create from the clay, not mentioned, but I have heard in the...
And where did Moses raise the dead? Give me the ayah.
Yeah, it's not in the ayah, somewhere in the hadith. I
Okay.
have heard from this.
No, you don't have any
that
hadith.
Moses,
Okay, let's come back to the issue. Please answer the question,
Okay,
because you did the tap dance. Why is it
No, no.
Jesus creates exactly like Allah? He creates in the same way Allah creates. Only Allah and Jesus create from clay. Only Allah and Jesus have the power to breathe life into clay. And only Allah and Jesus in the Quran give life to the dead, raise the dead. Okay, so why? Why did Allah do this for Jesus?
It was one of the miracles given to Jesus to prove that he is a prophet. Because whenever the prophet used to come, people used to doubt them and question them. Why are you prophet? Why are you prophet? We don't believe you as a prophet. So the prophets were given miracle. If you read one of the prophets in Quran, it mentions Saleh. He
Yeah.
was asked to bring camel from the mountain. And
No,
the
he was
mountain
he was
also
asked
broke
for a
and one of the
sign.
camel
Yeah, I know
came
the
from
miracle.
there.
You're not quoting it right. The miracle they wanted the sign, and then all of a sudden,
Alright guys, this is the part where this video gets more interesting. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so and hit the notification button to be notified each time we post a new video. Let's get back to this video to get more details.
a camel was born out of a rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, but that's Saleh didn't do that. Allah did it at the time of Saleh, made a camel come out of the rock. So a camel was born from a rock, and they killed the camel. Allah killed them. And by the way, forget it. I just want everyone to hear that story. So you laugh, guys. You understand? One of the miracles of the Quran is that a camel sprung forth out of a rock. A rock gave birth to a camel as a sign for this prophet named Saleh, whom no one knows. Okay, that's still not Saleh. He didn't do it. And that's still not the same as creating life and breathing life into it. You didn't pay attention. Jesus breathed the soul, the nafs, into the clay. How does Jesus have the ability to breathe and give something a soul to make it alive? Only Allah can do that, right?
Yes, but Allah can give powers to anyone He wish. Like
Exactly. So He gave power to Jesus to be His equal, His partner. But isn't that shirk?
No, that's not a partner. It was a sign of prophethood that he was given to Jesus.
Okay, friends, listen to yourself.
It was not equal to Allah.
Okay. My brother in humanity, listen to yourself. You said Allah gave him. So if Allah gave him the power to breathe a soul into a clay, that means Allah gave Jesus Allah's ability to create life. If that's not taking him as your partner and letting him share in your ability, I don't know what is. That's shirk. So why did Allah commit shirk for Jesus?
No, it was not committed of shirk. It was to guide the humanity so that humans believe in God and believe in Jesus as a prophet.
So Allah couldn't guide humanity at the... Okay, my friend. Allah could not guide humanity at the time of Jesus unless He gave him His power to create and give life. So then how did He guide humanity at the time of Moses? Because the miracles Moses didn't include creating from clay and breathing the soul into it. So why give that to Jesus? He could have given other miracles like Moses. He didn't have to give him His power to create and produce life.
Okay. Shall I answer?
Please, I'm waiting, but you're not. You keep telling me this guy did this miracle. A camel came out of a rock and started dancing. Please answer.
No, I'm not throwing it in there. I'm just saying that whatever that time demands particular, the prophets are given miracle of that time. Like say Moses, he was not given the miracle of putting life into the clay, but he was given the miracle of ending the magic. Like he had a stick and which he put it on the ground. It becomes snake and he did all the snake of the magician.
Yeah.
Also, he was given the miracle of parting the sea.
Moses, my brother in humanity.
Bring that stick into the sea.
Yeah, my brother in humanity. Let me ask you something. I know you hear from your shiuch, and they tell you, oh, at the time of Moses, it was magic. So Allah gave Moses the power to destroy their magic. That's a lie, because in every age, in every time, there was magic, even at the time of Jesus. In fact, you read it in 61:6. It's Surah Al-Saf. When Jesus came, they go, this is nothing but sorcery and magic. There was magic at the time of Jesus. There was magic at the time of your prophet. In fact, according to the hadith, a Jew put your prophet under magic. He bewitched him and put him under magic so that your prophet thought he was having sex with his 9 wives, physically touching them when he didn't. So why didn't Allah then give Muhammad the same miracle that he gave to Moses to destroy their magic? Because there was magic in every time and place. And not only that, even at the time of Moses and the time of Muhammad, people wanted dead loved ones to come to life. So why didn't Allah give Moses the power to raise the dead and Muhammad to raise the dead? Because even at the time of your prophet, they asked him, I have the hadith, they asked him, okay, raise the dead for us. So why didn't he give them those miracles when in every generation, people still were confronted with magic and people wanted their loved ones who are dead to come to life as a sign of Allah's existence? In fact, didn't you mention Abraham? Didn't Abraham say, give me proof you can raise the dead? So why didn't your God give those miracles to Muhammad or to Moses? He only gave it to Jesus. You didn't answer my question.
As far as I know, every prophet is given a miracle of that particular time. So as far as Muhammad was concerned, he was given at that time the poetry was very famous. So
what was famous?
Poetries.
And can you show me in the Quran where it says poetry was very famous at that time? Was that something your shuyukh brainwashed you with?
So basically, yeah. So basically, he was given the miracle of Quran.
Okay.
And when the Muhammad...
You didn't hear again. See, this is the problem.
And the Quran in the Kaaba.
Yeah, you didn't hear again. Brother Humanity, you didn't listen to me again. Can you show me in the Quran where it says that at that time, poetry is what impressed the people, so then Muhammad impressed them by his Quran, which is not poetry? Where did the Quran say that? I will show you from the Quran where they're asking Muhammad, do a miracle. Show us a miracle. If it was poetry, why in the Quran are they complaining? Show us a miracle. And I have a hadith where they're telling Muhammad, okay, raise the dead. Bring fire from heaven. So why are they asking for miracles and not poetry?
Yes, basically whenever the prophet whose claim is made, people do ask for different kind of a lot of miracles, like show us this miracle if you are truthful. So apart from this poetry, there were many other miracles in the lives of Muhammad.
Okay, the Quran says he had no miracle.
2 minutes on that miracles.
The Quran says he had no miracles. So I don't care what your hadith says. That comes. Okay. Go to, you want to argue with me? Open your Quran. Don't argue with me. The Quran says your hadith is a lie. Go to 1759. The Quran says the only miracle he was given, suppose he's the Quran, and he's nothing but a warner. That's it. Go to 1759. I know you've been brainwashed to read the hadith where they ascribe miracles to Muhammad, but that contradicts your Quran. Go to 1759 of the Quran, please. So I know you've been brainwashed. It's okay. May Jesus wash you.
And we refrain from sending the signs only because the men of former generations treated them as false.
Okay, read it again slowly. Wait, read it again slowly.
And we refrain. Refrain does not allow from sending the signs. Means Allah does not send the signs only because the men of former generations. Because Allah is saying about previous generations treated them as false.
So don't give me commentary, don't give me tafsir, or I'm going to have to read it because you're reading too fast, you're scared. Don't give me tafsir. Read it slowly. Slowly. Out loud.
From sending the signs only because the men of former generations treated them as false.
Okay.
We sent the she camel to the Shamoun to open their eyes, but they treated her wrongfully. We only send the signs by way of terror.
Okay, now that's it. You read the ayah. Notice the answer isn't the answer you gave. Well, we already gave you many miracles through Muhammad you didn't believe. The answer is we deliberately did not give him miracles because the people before, when they were given miracles, they rejected the prophet anyway, like Thamud rejected the she camel. So that's why we didn't give Muhammad miracles. How come the Quran didn't say We already gave you a lot of miracles. Why are you asking for more? It says, no, we do not give miracles because you're not going to believe anyway.
Yes, because it was the past experience of Allah that whenever, even if Allah gave miracles, people used to falsify them that this is magic.
Fine.
This
So
is
you agree
false,
then?
This is that.
Okay, but then you
Yes.
agree. Muhammad wasn't given miracles, but you just told me he did many other miracles.
Yes. Will you allow me to complete 1 minute?
No, I want you to complete, but don't preach and tell me what you think. Prove it. Give me your proof. So do you now agree? Because I have more ayat. It's not one or two. I got a dozen ayat.
Yes. If it is in the Quran, it is for sure. But apart from that, also the hadith which we read, for example, just let me quote one.
Yeah.
That one of the people, he had stone in his hands, and he came to Muhammad and said, just prove me what is inside my hand, so I will accept the Islam. So Muhammad said, what if the stone that is inside your hand itself will recite Shahada and will say witness that I am the Prophet? Will you then believe? So he said yes. So then the stones that were inside his feet started saying yes, Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. So that's kind of small.
My brother humanity, you didn't hear yourself. The Quran said we didn't give him any miracles. So thank you for proving to us your hadith is a lie. It created false miracles of Muhammad to deceive you, thinking he did miracles. Because if the Quran says no miracles, the hadith is wrong. So now can you show me in the Quran where the Quran says Muhammad did a single miracle? I just gave you one and I got more saying we didn't give him miracles because you wouldn't believe. And thank you for proving Allah lied. Because did you see what Allah said? Listen to what Allah said. We did not send down miracles because the people of old rejected them. So we're not going to give Muhammad miracles. You're going to reject. You just quoted hadith showing Allah lied because the man said, if you do a miracle, I won't reject. So he saw the miracle, he believed, showing that Allah lied. So did Allah lie or did your hadith lie?
No, it is neither Allah lied nor the hadith lie.
But Allah said, the ayah said, don't make me give you 5 more verses, because I'm going to give you 5 more verses. We do not send the miracles. Listen, I'm glad you're saying it's there, but I'm going to repeat again so we don't argue. We do not send down the miracles because the people before rejected them, like the she-camel, the Thamud rejected it. That's why we didn't give you miracles, so they're going to reject it. You just quoted hadith. An unbeliever said, if you show me a miracle, I'll become Muslim. He showed a miracle, he became Muslim, which means the Quran is wrong. Allah was wrong for saying the reason why we don't give you miracles because they won't believe anyway. So who should I believe, your hadith or Quran?
No, both are to be believed.
Okay, so
if you allow me.
All right, I guess I have to give you more verses because you keep telling me both. Okay, let me give you more verses so it can sink in.
This is the miracles which I mentioned here are quite big. Like suppose something
go to
from the mountain drops.
Friend, no, that's not the I am quoting. Go to chapter 6, verse 37. You're quoting one verse where they're asking for specific signs. Stop playing games with me because the verses I'm quoting, they're asking him for any sign, just one sign. Go to 637. Go to 637. See, you don't want to learn, so I'm going to make it hard for you. Go to 637, chapter 6, verse 37. Read that for me. You there, or we lose you?
Yes, I'm here.
You want me to read it for you? Do you want me to read it for you? It's taking too long.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Okay, let me read it. Listen. Please listen. Don't argue. Just listen. 6:37. They also say, why has no sign? They're not asking, oh, bring gold from Uhud. They're asking for one sign. Why is it not a single sign has been sent down from him, from his Lord? Say, surely God is able to send down a sign, but most of them know not. So they're asking for just one sign. Just give us one sign. How come you have no signs? And Allah didn't say, hey, I gave you hundreds of signs, like water coming out of Muhammad's fingertips. No, the signs are with Allah, but He doesn't send them down. Now, chapter 6, verse 109. Chapter 6, verse 109. Pay attention. Don't give me an ayah where they're asking for specific miracles. Allah says, no way. 6:109. They have sworn by God Allah the most earnest oaths. See, they've sworn like the hadith you gave me. If a sign, just one, just a sign, and they didn't even say what sign, any sign, just one ayah comes to them, they will believe in it. Say signs are only with God. What will make you realize that when it comes, they will not believe? So you see the excuse? They're saying, okay, one sign, Muhammad, please, just one sign. Allah says, no, because you're lying. Even if I give you a sign, you won't believe. Is that an excuse? But let me give you two more, because no matter how many times I keep telling you, no, they're both right. No, they're not both right. Either the hadith is right, Allah's lying, or the Quran is right and your hadith is a lie. Chapter 10, verse 20. One more. Chapter 10, I'll give you two more. They say, why has a sign, not give us this exact sign. No. Why hasn't any sign been sent down upon him from his Lord? Say, the unseen belongs only to Allah. Then watch and wait. I shall be with you watching and waiting. Now, the final one, so you can get it and not argue with me. Chapter 13, verse 7. The unbelievers say, why has a sign not been sent down upon him from his Lord? You are only a warner. In other words, you're not sent with miracles. You only warn, and a guide to every people. Now, I can give you more, but I just gave you 1759, chapter 6, verse 37, chapter 6, verse 109, chapter 10, verse 20, and 13, verse 7. That's at least 5 ayat I gave you where they're asking just for any sign, just one sign for the love of Allah so we can believe. And the answer is, you're a warner. They won't believe anyway. Signs are with Allah, and we only give signs to frighten people. We're not going to give you signs. Then you quote a hadith saying he gave a sign. So either Allah lied or your hadith is a lie. Which one? You can't say they're both right. Which do you choose? Which one do you choose?
As far as I think, both are right.
Okay, you can. Okay, let's check.
In Quran, it is clearly mentioned that Allah did not give him any sign.
Say it again. The Quran is clearly what? One more. No, slowly, so they can hear. Say it again. The Quran clearly what?
Yeah, Allah refused to give them signs, saying that previous people were also given signs, but they did not believe.
Okay, but what I'm saying, you agree?
Okay.
The Quran clearly says Allah gave no signs.
Oh yes.
Say louder because your mic is not good. Louder, friend. Say it louder because your mic is not that good. They can't hear you. So you agree? The Quran says Allah gave no signs.
Yes, I agree with that. Whatever the Quran says, we have to agree.
But you also agree. You also agree. So they can hear you. You also agree the hadith says he did signs, right?
Yeah, there were some signs and some miracles which were during the life of the Prophet.
And you think they're both true, right? They're both true.
Yeah, voice is getting little bit break.
I can't hear you. What?
Voice is getting breaking little bit.
Okay, because your connection, not mine. They can hear me good. Okay, so you agree, so everyone can understand what you believe. You admit, everyone heard you. The Quran says Allah gave no signs to Muhammad. The hadith said he did some signs, and you agree they're both true, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's Islamic logic. Okay, since we're on miracles, I want to ask you a question. Why is it, because you went to the hadith, why is it that a Jew was able to put magic on your prophet? This is in Sahih Bukhari. It's found. Okay, and you know that in Bukhari, but let me finish the points because a lot of people don't know. In Bukhari, a Jew put magic on your prophet. He bewitched him. He cursed him with magic so that Muhammad started thinking he was having sex with his wives when he never touched them. And some say that condition lasted about 6 months. So can I ask you a question? What did your prophet think he was doing for that 6 months where he thought he was actually physically having sex with his wives, but he wasn't touching them? So what was he doing physically to convince him he was having sex when he wasn't?
Basically, when magic is done on someone, the one is not in the normal state of mind, and through magic, it is also that on people the illness can be put at, or they can be mentally harassed, or they can be made to think something that they are not doing. Because basically, regarding this, what explanation I have got from my ulemas is that because people used to tell that Muhammad is a magician. everybody used to tell them, for it is told for every prophet, and it was also told for Muhammad, that Muhammad is a magician. Muhammad is a magician. So Allah proved to the people that Muhammad is not a magician, because he himself, even on himself, the magic is done, and he is inflicted with magic.
Okay.
Later on,
let me repeat your question. Okay, brother in humanity, let me repeat your question, because your mic is not too good. I'm hearing you. So let me repeat what you said so people can hear, because your mic, for some reason, got bad. Okay, since people thought Muhammad was a magician, Allah allowed Muhammad to be bewitched by magic. So he thought he was actually having sex physically with wives when he didn't, to prove he's not a magician, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, so I got you right. So now, can I ask you a question? You read 61 verse 6. They accused Jesus of magic. He did sorcery. So how come Allah didn't cause Jesus to be bewitched with magic, so he too would be shown that he's not a magician?
Regarding this bewitched with magic, it was only on the Prophet Muhammad. Even when Moses was told that he was a magician, he was not allowed to be bewitched. But
so wait, slowly, so we can hear you. So even though Moses, they thought he's a magician, Allah still did not allow Moses to be bewitched, and they thought Jesus was a magician, but he still did not allow Jesus to be bewitched. But for some reason, for your prophet, Allah allowed a Jew to bewitch your prophet, so your prophet thought he was having sex with women, touching them physically, pleasuring himself, when he didn't. And you're okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
See, for every prophet, Allah did not do the same thing with every prophet. If he allowed Muhammad to be bewitched, he did not compulsory allowed Moses or Jesus or Solomon or David, that even if they are also called magician, they will also be bewitched. So Allah do different things for different prophets. He does not do same.
Now let me repeat what you're saying. Unless you fix your mic, they can't hear you. So I'm hearing you. So let me repeat. So yes, David, Solomon, Jesus, Moses, they're all accused of being magicians, but Allah did not allow them to be bewitched. But for your prophet, he allowed that in order to prove that he's not a magician.
Yes.
Okay. So that, because I'm trying to represent what you're saying, because your mic now is getting better. It was good.
Yes.
Okay. Now, now related to that question, what did Muhammad do? Because this was my question. What did Muhammad do that made him think he was actually physically having sex and touching women when he wasn't? So what was he doing to give him the impression, see, I just had sex with all 9 of my wives. I just had sex and pleasured myself with my 9 wives, but he didn't touch any of them. So what was he doing to make him think physically he was having sex?
Okay. As I told, the magic also works on the mind. So
yeah, but you can, okay, humanity, brother in humanity. Okay, brother in humanity, listen to me, please. I know on the mind, but on the mind, you still won't think you're having sex unless something physically is happening to your body, because sex brings pleasure to you physically. So even if it's in the mind, his body has to be stimulated. So what did he do to make his body feel as if it's having sex? You're not answering my question. I know it's in the mind, but unless your body is stimulated thinking you're having sex, I don't care how much is in your mind, because you got to get aroused. So what did he do that made his body think he was having sex?
And I cannot answer that.
Say it again. We can't hear you.
But as far as I think, when things get into the mind, even without body actually doing it, people think yes, it is being done, and feel the pleasure or sadness of it, even in the mind itself, as far as I think.
All right, but no, I wanted you to say that. This is why I respect you, and we'll pray for you in Jesus' name. You said you can't answer that. I respect that. Okay, fine. Let's put that aside. So these are things you need to go think about, ask your sheikh to answer. So that's good. Now, my question for you is another one. This is a different one, because we're talking about Muhammad. He's supposed to be an example. And you let me know when you want to finish and come back. My Skype will always be open for you. I want to ask you an honest question, and be honest with me. Fear Allah, and be honest with me, because you fear Allah. Okay? Okay, here.
Yes.
Would you be okay if someone came to you, listen to my point, and said, look, I'm going to marry your sister, or your daughter for 3 days. And then I'm going to divorce her and I pay her money. Would you be okay with that?
This question is regarding muta, I think so.
Fine. Are you okay with it?
It will depend on my circumstances. There were, at the time of muta, there were some different girls like those prostitutes who, so only with them the muta was done.
Okay, oh, wait. You're saying, wait. Okay, hold on. We want to hear you. Your mic is terrible. You're saying at the time of Muhammad, there were prostitutes. So you're saying your prophet allowed God-fearers to sleep with prostitutes? Allah allowed them to have sex with prostitutes? Wow. Allah allowed, wait. You said at the time of Muhammad, wait, brother, hold on, calm down, and don't speak fast, and your mic is not clear. At the time of Muhammad, there were prostitutes. So instead of Muhammad saying to the prostitutes, fear Allah, repent, do tawbah, and become virtuous women, Allah said, oh, since they're whores, go ahead and have sex with them anyway. Really?
But they were also paid for that, no? Muta, and
also, Allah did them a favor by paying them for prostitution.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even if for the muta they were done, so they were made Muslims before that, no? So they
were made what?
And
you're speaking too fast. They were made what?
Yeah, they were made Muslims before marriage.
They were made Muslims what? Your mic is cutting off. We can't hear you. They were what?
Yes. They were made Muslims before the muta, and it was also not.
Oh, so they were Muslim prostitutes.
Yeah, but it was also not compulsory to divorce them in 3 days.
No, it doesn't matter. Okay, you change the subject. It doesn't matter if they change their mind. But I want to repeat what you said. These were Muslim prostitutes. So they were made Muslims, and Allah still let them be whores. And though the agreement was, you Muslims, because you were prostitutes, you stay prostitutes, so we can pay you money and marry you, and then divorce you. But we may change our mind. And you're okay with that? Okay. Okay, you said okay.
Depend on the situation. No. And later on also it was also cancelled. Like
cancelled.
Previously the wine and this what we call this alcohol was previously permitted. Then later on when the ayah comes, so it was forbidden.
Okay. Yeah, it's abrogated. We know it's abrogated. That's not what I asked you. My question was, so you admit, just for the record, these Muslim women, they became Muslim, they were still prostitutes. Allah allowed the Muslims like Muhammad and his followers to marry them for, let's say, 3 days, and then divorce them and pay them because they were prostitutes who became Muslim, but then he canceled it. Okay, we got that. But my question to you, let me rephrase it. So let me change it, because you didn't answer the question, you went over here. This is why I keep trying to bring you back to the question. Let's say you're living at the time Muhammad, and Abu Bakr comes to you, or Umar comes to you and say, look, ya akhi, my brother, I want to take your daughter and your sister. Abu Bakr says, I want your sister. And Umar says, I want your daughter. We're going to marry them for 3 days. We're going to have sex for 3 days with them, then divorce them and give them money in the name of Allah and His Messenger. Would you be okay with that?
It will be my decision whether to say yes or no.
It would be what?
Say yes, or I may say no.
Say it again?
It will be my decision to say yes or no. It will not be forced upon me that if you are a true believer, then you have to do only this.
Okay, but that's not my question. Yes, are you okay?
So I can even say
you're not answering my question. See, again, you're doing the tap dance. I didn't ask whether you can say yes or no. Are you okay with Muhammad and his companions even asking you to do this to your women? That's my question, not whether you're going to say yes or no. Are you okay that this is your prophet and these are his Sahaba, the companions, and who are going to be the rightly guided caliphs? Are you okay with them asking you this?
See, if it is come from Allah, then yes, I am
okay with that. So but if it's from Allah, it's okay.
Allah has given me the...
Okay, we got it.
To say yes or no, then it will
okay, but we got it. You don't need to defend. We got it. Okay, fine, we got it. If it's from Allah, it's okay. If Allah wants to make women whores, that's okay. But I have a choice. What about this one? Let me give you one more. Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 24. Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 24. It says, forbidden for you, haram for you, is married women, except those that your right hands possess. Now I'm going to give you a hadith to read. Sunan Abu Dawud, it's Sahih. Let me give you Sunan Abu Dawud. It's online on sunnah.com, and you're going to read it. I'm going to send you the link so you don't think I'm making it up. Okay? Hold on. Well, let me get it for you. And the reason I'm cutting you off, your mic is very bad, so I have to repeat what you're saying. So bear with me. It was good. I can hear you, but the people can't. But hold on one second. Here it is. And I'll read it, because by the time you read it, no one's going to hear it. But I want you to see it with your own eyes. Okay? Let me first give you the link. All right? Here you go. Let me give you the link so that you can see. You can click on it. Sunnah.com. It's not Christian site. It's a Sunni site. You see the link? I sent it to you.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to read it because we can't hear your mic. Okay, now let me read it. Notice the grade is Sahih by Sheikh Al-Albani. It's Sahih sound, and it's also found in other collections. This is Sunan Abu Dawud, Kitab al-Nikah, Book 12, the Book of Nikah, Chapter 711, regarding intercourse with captives. Abu Sayyid al-Khudri said, the Apostle of Allah sent a military expedition to Autas on the occasion of the Battle of Hunain. They met their enemy and fought with them. They defeated them and took them captives. Some of the companions of Apostle of Allah were reluctant to have relations, to have sex with the female captives. Why? Because of their pagan husbands. Because they were still married and their husbands were alive. So they didn't want to have sex with them because their husbands are alive. So Allah, the Exalted, sent down the Quranic verse, and all married women are forbidden unto you, save those captives whom your right hand possess. This is to say, they are lawful for them when they complete their waiting period. Meaning, make sure they're not pregnant, go have sex with them. So let me ask you a question, and please understand my question. If you're living at the time of Muhammad, and he attacks your place, and you are part of the kuffar, he then takes, listen to me please, and be honest, fear Allah, answer honestly. He then takes your mother, your wife, your daughter, your sister captives, and your father's alive, you're alive, so he took your wife and your mother, and then Muhammad and the companions, they have sex with your mother, your wife, your daughter, your sister. Would you be okay with Muhammad doing that to your woman? Fear Allah. Don't avoid the answer. Answer directly. Fear Allah.
First of all, it won't happen that if Muhammad.
So you didn't answer the question. I said living at. Listen. See, you are a coward. I said fear Allah. You don't fear Allah. I didn't ask it won't happen. I know your prophet is dead. But your prophet did it to people who are alive at that time. So imagine you're one of those people there. Would you be okay with it? Fear Allah and answer. Don't avoid the answer, please.
If I would have been a non-believer, then definitely I would not be okay with it.
Okay.
Because the non-believers were never okay with any idea of Islam or what Muhammad used to preach. But
no, that's my friend.
I am saying is, if I would have been alive at that time, I would have accepted the Muhammad as messenger.
Oh, so you would accept Muhammad as messenger?
Never arose.
Okay, so you would accept Muhammad as messenger so that he doesn't rape your mother and wife. Okay, good job.
Yes.
But so you said yes. Now show me where Jesus told their followers. Show me from your Quran or the Bible where Moses and Jesus told their followers, when you attack the kuffar, when you take their women as captives, they are your slaves, have sex with them, even if they're married, and sell them. Show me why God didn't do this for Moses or Jesus. He did it for your prophet.
Shall I answer?
Please, but answer direct. Show me where, because I have the Torah. The Torah says don't do that. That's in the Torah of Moses. Don't do that. But your God says do it. So show me why Allah didn't do that for Moses when Moses attacked the kuffar.
As far as I know, Moses or Isa, they never had any battlefield, as far as I know.
Moses
They may have,
what?
but I do
Wait.
not-
Moses what?
They do not fight any
No, you're wrong.
non-believers.
In Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 20 to 26, which is in the Bible, it says Musa told Bani Israel to go attack the giants in the land so they could take the land from them. And the Israelites were afraid, but eventually they did. So no, the Quran says Moses did fight the kuffar, and that's in the Torah that I have. And yet God told Moses, you cannot take captive women, rape them, and sell them. If you find a captive woman, you must marry her, meaning she's not married. So let me repeat the question again. Why is it that God didn't give this Sharia to Moses when he attacked the kuffar, the unbelievers, but he did it for your prophet?
Okay.
Why?
So as far as this, by the reason only Allah can answer. But as far as I said that to different prophets he give different laws. So it is possible that to Moses he did not give that law, Allah, but to Muhammad he allowed this.
I
So
see.
it's
Okay.
possible, and it is with Allah why the wisdom is with Allah why he allowed this to Muhammad and why he does not allow this to Moses.
Yeah. Okay, so let me get this straight so people understand. So God allowed it for Muhammad, but not Moses. But in Moses's Sharia, Deuteronomy 21, verses 10 to 14. Let me tell you what it says. There, 2,200 years before your prophet, God tells Moses to tell the Israelites, if you go to war and you find a captive woman that's beautiful, you are to take her to your house, let her shave her head, change her clothes, give her a month to mourn the loss of her family. Then it says you marry her, make her your wife. And then if there's something that displeases you from her, divorce her, let her go. You cannot sell her and keep her captive. Why is it the Sharia of Moses is better than Muhammad's? Because at the time of Moses, it says you can't rape captive women, you cannot sell them, and you definitely cannot rape captive women whose husbands are alive. You find a captive woman, she can't be married, you marry her before you have sex with her and make her a wife and give her dignity and respect. Why is it that Sharia is better than the Sharia of your prophet, where not only you can take captive women and rape them and sell them, you can do that even if they're married and they have no choice? Why is the Sharia of Moses better than your prophet? It's the same God, right?
Yes, it's the same God of the Moses or Muhammad. But regarding the captive women, I have one question for you. The captive women were only those of soldiers, because normally
no, it's not only soldiers.
The better it is preached for the Muhammad.
It's not only soldiers, brother.
Or anyone
you can keep talking. I'm answering you. You're not listening. No, it's not soldiers. It's when the Muslims go attack a place like Khaybar. Go read your history. When the Muslims attack Khaybar, they were not in war. It says that they attacked them without them knowing they were being attacked. There were no soldiers fighting. And then they enslaved the men and took the women. So it's not soldiers. Please stop changing your deen. There were times where the Muslims attacked a people. The people were not even ready for the attack. They were waking up to go to work and, the Muslims are here. No, there were no soldiers. They were attacked without realizing it and taken captive. And the woman taken captive, they raped and sold. We're not talking about soldiers. We're talking about places that your Muslims invaded and took. And they enslaved everyone, not just the soldiers. And in certain instances, they were not even at war. They didn't even know there's a war going on. The Muslims just showed up. So please, don't change your history. I know your history. So let me repeat the question again. Why is it the law of Moses, 2,200 years before Muhammad, is better than Muhammad's law?
It cannot be said that it is a better law or not better law.
You sure?
Allah's will that he changed law for Muhammad, and it was different for Moses.
Friend, let me tell you why it's better, because you still don't understand. When an unbeliever sees believers showing such respect to unbelieving women, where they don't rape the women and enslave the women and even rape them if their husbands are alive, but treat the woman with dignity and marry them before they have sex, that's going to make the unbelievers be more amazed and more open to wanting to follow their God. They'll go, wow, what an amazing people. Though we attacked and fought, they didn't dishonor our women by raping them or taking married women from their husbands. They showed our women respect by marrying them before having sex, giving them the status of a wife, making them equal to their women. What an amazing God. We want to follow your God. But if you come to my place and you attack my place and you rape my mother with my father's alive, and you rape my daughters and you rape my wife, I want to spit on your God and I will hate your prophet till I die. That makes me hate your God. So why not do it Moses' way and make my heart soft towards your God?
Yes, sir. See, the Moses law, it was also given by Allah only, and it was for that time. Yeah, it was quite good, and it
was very good at that time.
They have been different.
So you said it's very good.
Yeah, it was good one, and it was good law. There is nothing in that. Even this law, I believe, was from Allah, and whatever Allah wishes, particular circumstances and particular time,
circumstances,
we give law according to that time. So the circumstances may have been different in the time of Muhammad than in the time of Moses.
Different, huh? So you mean fighting and killing unbelievers is different. So when they fought at the time of Moses, the unbelievers, it was different from fighting at the time of Muhammad. What was different? They used the same weapons. They used bow and arrow. They used horses. They used swords. You're saying at the time of Muhammad, the warfare was different. Why? Because they had airplanes and tanks and jet fighters?
No.
What's different?
Any technology, but I'm saying the Moses, that the battle which he might have fought with, might have been in Syria or Palestine.
Okay, so but your prophet, Omar attacked, friend, Omar attacked Syria and Palestine. So what's different? It's the same warfare using the same weapons, and it's the same area. Jerusalem, Syria, Lebanon. What's different?
At least 2,200 years it was.
Oh, it's the time. I see. I see. Okay. So let me get it. Because it was a different time period. So 2,000 years before your Muhammad, they had better laws than Muhammad had. So it was better for me to be attacked by Moses because his Sharia was more humane, even to the kuffar, the unbelievers, than living at the time of Muhammad. So thank God that Moses' Sharia was better, but sadly, it came before Muhammad. So we're left with Muhammad and ISIS and the Taliban. Too bad it wasn't Moses who came in the 7th century. Okay.
Shall I ask you one question, Sam?
Can if you want to ask me, go ahead. Let's answer.
Yeah. My question is this: why even this God allowed marrying a captive woman at the time of Moses? Why didn't he say
that's
that
very easy.
If only she wishes, then only marry her. Don't
only she what? I can't hear you. What?
Marriage,
you're speaking too fast.
Marriages,
let me hear you. Okay. What?
Why did? Okay, I'm speaking slowly. My question is, why did God, even at the time of Moses, allow marrying a captive woman forcefully?
No,
why not?
It's not. Yeah. Well, I'll answer very easy. Because the woman. Can I answer you? You want me to answer? Yes, you want to talk over me?
Yes.
Okay, let me answer you. Because when Israel is attacked, because in the Old Testament, you will not find God telling Moses to command the Israelites to go attack lands like Iraq, like Iran. They only were allowed to attack Canaan because the Canaanites were evil and God was punishing them. So he's talking about if nations attack you, they're the ones declaring war, and you end up killing them, you now have women who are left pretty much without their families. That's the consequence of war. If you attack, people die. So here's a woman who's left without family. It's actually humane if you marry her and make her part of your culture and honor her. But then you forgot. It says if you divorce her, she's free. She can do what she wants. You can't keep her as a slave and sell her. So in light of that context, it's very humane and merciful, more than your prophet and Allah. So I'm going to ask you the question. Let me ask you the question. Why then, at the time of Muhammad, your God says that you can take women captive even if their husbands are alive. You don't have to marry them. You can have sex with them and sell them. Why? Why force them to have sex with the Muslims? And why then sell them to anyone you want and they have no say-so in the matter? Why did your God do that? Why?
Word use is can. It's not forcing. Allah is not forcing that.
Yes, He is. There is no woman. Yes, He is. Listen to me. Yes, there is no woman. Listen to me. Don't lie to me about your deen. I have your commentaries, tafsir right here. When a woman is taken captive, she's your property. That's what Sharia says. She has no say-so, because there is no woman in her right mind that wants Abu Bakr to sleep with her husband still alive, unless the woman is garbage. She has no say-so. She becomes your property. That's Sharia, that's Quran, that's Sunnah. So don't play games with me. So why did your God do that?
That's what I'm answering. Will you just listen for 30 seconds?
Well, can you tell me the truth and not tell me no? Yes, once you take a woman captive, she's your property. She has no say-so. And there is no woman who's been taken captive will say, hey, you just killed my grandfather. My husband's alive. Come and have sex with me. Let me open up my legs for you. Are you that stupid, my friend? Come on, be serious.
No. What I'm saying is, it is only the word you use is can, not you should, and you should forcibly. So what is not, Allah is not forcing you to do that only.
I don't care if you don't have to have sex with them. They did have sex with them. So, okay, I don't have to have sex with them, but I want to. So those Muslims, the hadith I gave you the hadith, Sunan Abu Dawud, they wanted to have sex with the woman. And Muhammad said, go ahead. Why does Allah allow them to have sex with the woman if they want to, when the women are captive, their husbands are alive, and then allow men to sell them? Why didn't your God do what Moses did? You didn't answer the question.
Yes. As I said, the circumstances.
Yeah, they were different. Okay.
They have been different during the both prophets' time. During the time of Moses, it must have been different. And during the time of Muhammad, it must be different. So
okay, let me repeat your answer so people can hear you.
Different prophets.
Okay, let me repeat your answer so they can hear you. It was different time periods, different circumstances, different situations. That's why at the time of Moses, he was more merciful to captive women. But at the time of Muhammad, he was more harsh. Okay, we got it. Let me give you a final one. I want to have a final question, and then I'll let you come back because I don't want to keep you for 6 hours. Okay.
Yes,
in chapter 65, verse 4 of the Quran, you want me to read it for you? Want me to open up for you? Let me get it for you.
Chapter 65,
verse 4. I'll read it, but you open it, okay? Okay. I'll read it, but you open it, see with your eyes. And I'm going to give you a link where we quote all your hadith, Bukhari, Muslim, and Ibn Kathir, and Al-Qurtubi, and Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, all of them, Tabari, all of them agree on the meaning of this ayah. But let me get it for you, okay? All of them. Not one or two, all of them agree. But let me get it for you. 1 second, my friend. All right. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So did you open up 65 verse 4?
Yes.
Okay. Let me, because your mic is not good, I'll read it, but I want to get you the article where you're going to read Qurtubi. Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, who wrote the commentary in Bukhari, Fath al-Bari. Ibn Kathir. Say what? We can't hear you.
I have only this Sahih International.
Yeah, no, that's okay. You can read Sahih International, but what I'm going to do, read it out loud because you're not loud enough, and I'm going to give you the article where we quote, just understand who I'm quoting, Bukhari, Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, who wrote a commentary on Bukhari, Tabari, Al-Qurtubi, Ibn Kathir, all of them. Now, guys, I gave you the link. Let me post it again. I'm going to give it to you. Okay, but let me give it to you. You can read any translation you want. It's going to say the same thing, basically. I have several translations here in this article. Let me read it. Okay. I have Abdul Halim, Aisha Bewley, Mufti Shafi Usmani, Shakir, Hilali Khan, Ali Unnal, Amatul Rahman Omar, Shabir Ahmed, and so on. Let me read Hilali Khan for you. Are you ready? I'm going to read. Yes. Are you ready? Okay. And those of your women as have passed the age of monthly courses, meaning they don't have menses. For them, the idda, the waiting period. So let me explain to the people what the idda is. For those of you who don't know Islam too much, the idda is the waiting period for a divorced woman who's married and had sex. How long must she wait before she can remarry? So for those of you who don't know Islam, in chapter 33, verse 49 of the Quran, 33, verse 49, we're told that a woman who hasn't had sex with her husband, but it's only engagement, and the man divorces her, there is no waiting period. That's 33:49. There is no idda for the woman engaged but hasn't had sex with the husband. The waiting period, the idda is only for a woman who was engaged and they came together, got married, and had sex. So now that woman had sex with her husband, she's divorced. How long must she wait before she can remarry? That's called the idda, the waiting period. So for them, the idda, if you have doubts about their periods, is 3 months. But hold on, they asked Muhammad a question. Okay, some of our women don't have periods. And some of the women we marry, they are young, minors, they haven't had their periods yet. And for those who have no courses, who have no periods, i.e. they are still immature, premature, that's what Hilali Khan puts in parentheses, their idda, prescribed period, is 3 months likewise. Now, I can give you other translations, and I can read Qurtubi, Ibn Kathir, Bukhari, but I hope you admit, and don't make me read it. Here it says...
I do not know all the scholars.
Okay, well, I can read it for you, but if you read it, just read it. Read it. Here it talks about young girls, minors, who haven't had their periods, that Muslims are marrying and having sex with. This is what we call prepubescent, premature minors, meaning young girls who haven't matured to have their periods. They are so young that the Muslim men are marrying them, having sex with them. Today we call it pedophilia. Are you okay with your Quran allowing Muslim men, I'm not saying forcing them, they don't have to, but they can, marrying young girls who are so young and premature, they haven't even matured and had periods, that men can marry them, have sex with them, divorce them, so other people marry them? Are you okay with that?
As I said, whatever Allah has commanded in the Quran, I cannot go against it. And
say it again. I can't hear you. What?
Even if I do not understand or I cannot make a decision, still I have to believe, and I am okay with whatever Allah has said.
Let me repeat what you just said. Even if you don't understand and can't explain it, you are still okay with it. Why?
Because my Allah has commanded.
Because Allah told you it's okay for you to take a young girl, a minor, have sex with her, and then divorce her so another grown man can have sex with her, destroying this young girl psychologically, physically, emotionally. That's okay because your Allah said it.
But this is not compulsion on everyone, that everyone has to
do this. You change the
thing.
subject. I didn't tell you you have to, but you can, and many Muslims are doing it today in the Muslim world. And your Prophet, how old was he when he married Aisha? How old was he?
He was 50 plus.
Okay, 54. How old was Aisha when a 54-year-old man married her and took her to his bed when she was playing with dolls? How old was she?
When their marriage was, I think so, she was 6, and before, at the time of consummation, she was around 9 years old.
Okay, 9. Okay, let's go with it. A 9-year-old girl playing with dolls, taken by a 54-year-old man, old enough to be her grandfather, into his home, in his bed, and this young girl sees a grown man naked, and he enters her and he deflowers her. And you're okay with that?
Yes, it was the usual practice at that time to marry girls at an early age.
Okay, so listen to what you said. Even at that time, there were a lot of things that people did that your Prophet did away with. For example, adoption. People adopted sons and your Prophet stopped it. So why didn't your Prophet stop this practice of having sex with minors? Why did he practice it and make it part of the Quran so that it's now still being done today? Why did he do that?
Could be possibly because even in some Muslim country, the Even boys and girls of early age to marry as
What
young as
early
12
age?
or
He's
14.
54 years old. What early
No, no,
age?
no. Others I am talking about the other guys who are even 12 or 14 years old,
Today
boy
in
and girl.
Muslim countries, don't deceive yourself. You have men in their 30s and 40s who are still having sex with 9-year olds because that's the example of your prophet. Don't deceive me, man. It's not a
Yes, it is
14-year
possible.
old.
I'm
Listen,
not saying it is not possible.
no, it's not. It's actual. It's happening. So it's not a 14-year-old marrying a 9-year-old in the Muslim countries. It's a 30-year-old, a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old taking a 9-year-old, having sex with her because of the example of your prophet. They're still doing it today in the Muslim countries because of your God and prophet and your Quran. Are you okay with this?
But it also depends on the girl's parents. Now they can say no,
Are you okay
but
with this if they say yes?
yes, if they say yes, so if Allah has
It's
allowed, then
okay?
yes, it is
It's
okay.
okay? If they say yes,
Yes,
yes, here, take my 9-year-old, you 50-year-old, have sex with her, following example of the messenger. You okay with it?
yes, but
No, just
normally
say it
it is
louder. Don't
not
don't be
done.
ashamed. Are you okay with it if they do it?
Yeah,
Say it
yes,
louder.
yes, it's okay. Yes, it's okay, but it
Okay.
is normally
That's all I
not done.
need to
It
know.
was done
Okay, man.
especially only for the.
Okay, friend, thank
Yes,
you. Listen,
just
brother
one thing.
humanity.
Can I
Listen,
answer?
brother humanity, I don't want to hang up on you. Thank you for this session. The Lord Jesus used you so people can see why this religion's evil. But come back to me when you have answers, because that's all. So come back to me, say, Sam, I have some answers for you, or bring your sheikh. But thank you so much. We'll pray that Jesus guides you, because Jesus saved people from Muslims like you that take this religion seriously. So take care. Okay, you see why Islam is dangerous, guys? So don't let the media deceive you. ICE is true Islam. ICE is true Islam. Al Qaeda is true Islam. Boko Haram is true Islam. Boko Haram is true Islam, right? Al Shabab, true Islam. They are true Muslims. And if they are the majority, if they are uppermost, they're going to rape your women, enslave your children, and they're going to sanction pedophilia and behead us who are not afraid to expose Muhammad to shame and ridicule for the glory of Jesus. Don't deceive yourselves. You heard this man. You see how nice and innocent he sounded? Give him enough time, give him weapons, give him money, and he'll slice my throat, your throat, and rape our women in the name of Allah and His Messenger. There you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Okay? Yes, please do go to Jihad Watch, Robert Spencer's ministry. Jihad Watch, pray for Robert Spencer. The Lord Jesus protect him, because Muslims tried to kill him and he was poisoned, but God saved his life, like He saved Hatun's life, because our lives in the hands of Jesus. We won't die until Jesus says so. Go to his channel, Jihad Watch. He will update you every day with the atrocities taking place in Muslim countries. Rise up, church. Rise up, church. We can't be asleep. We need to be prayed up. We need to be filled with the Spirit. We need to know our Bible. We need to love our Bible, live it out. We need to be asking Jesus to make us lions. And we need to do everything possible within our legal rights to destroy this cancer of Islam, and pray and do something to protect the persecuted church in Muslim lands, because this is Islam.
Okay, welcome back, guys. I believe you were able to learn something new watching this video. Let us know what you were able to learn on account of this video, and if you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please do so and hit the notification button to be notified each time we post new and fascinating videos like this. And I believe that many Muslim scholars believe Muhammad is mentioned in the Bible, that the comforter Jesus promised in the Bible is Muhammad and not the Holy Spirit. They hold this belief for a very long time, which is in John chapter 15 verse 26, and the Bible is speaking, and it says, when the comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceeded from the Father, he shall testify of me. And the implication of this statement from the Bible is that the question now is, Is Muhammad a spirit? Because the verse says the spirit is the one that will be sent. And secondly, Jesus is the one sending the comforter. Does that mean that Jesus is the God of Muhammad for him to be able to send Muhammad? And thirdly, and finally, Jesus called God his father. Does that mean that Muhammad lied for saying that God has no son and God cannot father anyone? If you're going by this verse of the Bible where they believe and claim that Muhammad is the comforter that will be sent, these are very critical questions that they must answer and must prove to us before we can believe their insinuations. I think the reason why many Muslims are being misled is because they are not allowed to ask questions. They can only listen but not ask. There are some questions you ask in Islam, they will tag it as blasphemy. So these guys are wallowing in their ignorance because they are not allowed to ask questions either to their imams or in the mosques. This has led so many of them confused because they are not allowed to ask questions. And the Quran and the Hadith contradict themselves, where the Quran says that Muhammad performed no miracles, that the only miracle of Muhammad, of the Prophet, is a miracle where he received the Quran. And the Hadith went ahead to contradict Muhammad by saying that Muhammad performed other miracles like splitting of the moons and other miracles the Hadith are credited to him. At this point, the two are in conflict. They are not in agreement at this point. And lots of other beautiful topics that were discussed in this debate. Guys, let's know what you were able to capture. Let's know what you were able to get from watching this video in the comment section, and also let us also know your point of view about this video in the comment section. Also, if you are yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so. Hit the notification button to be notified each time we post new and amazing videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.